Welcome back, everyone. I am so thrilled you're here for today's explainer because, well, we're unpacking something incredibly fascinating. For all of you focused learners out there who just love understanding the hidden mechanics of the human mind, this one is absolutely going to resonate. Literally. Today, we're decoding the psychology of music looping. We're going to explore a highly relatable habit that practically all of us have done, but very few of us actually understand.
So be honest with me for a second. Do you ever find a brand new song, or maybe you rediscover an old favorite, and you just listen to it 50 times in a row for days on end? You know what I mean? You play it in the car during your commute. You play it while you're just sitting there at your desk at work, and you loop it until every single lyric, every guitar riff, and every beat is permanently burned into your brain. If you're nodding your head right now, I want to assure you, you are definitely not alone.
Okay, let's dive into this. Section 1. The music looping habit. Let's peel back the first layer of this psychological onion, shall we? Usually, people kind of poke fun at this behavior, right? Your friends or family might tell you that you're ruining a perfectly good song, or they might literally be begging you from the passenger seat to please just play something else for a change. They think you're just stuck in a rut, or maybe fixated on a weird obsession. But psychology actually says otherwise. This isn't a glitch in your brain. It's a highly advanced, subconscious tool that your mind is utilizing to regulate your emotions. It is pure psychological brilliance, basically masquerading as a quirky habit. Section 2. Craving predictability and control.
To truly get why we do this, we need to start with what an overactive brain is desperately searching for in a totally chaotic environment. If you have a highly active mind, you're likely someone who constantly tries to predict everything around you. And in our unpredictable world, well, life is incredibly chaotic. Your brain is constantly running these exhausting what-if scenarios to prepare for the future and make sense of massive uncertainty. But when you put a song on repeat, your brain knows exactly what's coming next. It knows the exact millisecond the beat drops, it knows the exact vocal pitch of the singer, and it knows the exact ending. This complete, unwavering predictability gives an overthinking mind a sense of absolute control.
And I really want to validate how exhausting this is. For a deep thinker, constantly managing that daily uncertainty, it totally drains your mental battery. Highly intelligent and sensitive brains take in a mountain of data from their environment every single second. You aren't just coasting, you're actively processing all of this, and that drains massive amounts of your mental energy, which can easily lead to cognitive overload. By providing complete predictability, that looped song becomes a safe psychological anchor in a chaotic world. It's like a giant, comforting weight keeping you steady. Knowing exactly what comes next in the audio track provides a crucial, stable anchor for a mind that's otherwise just drifting in a sea of overthinking.
Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is how your brain actually manages its energy. Section 3. Seeking out cognitive quiet.
Once your brain finds that anchor, it leads to something called cognitive quiet. This is a state of reduced sensory input that highly sensitive brains desperately need to function at their absolute sharpest. Your brain simply cannot run at 100 miles per hour processing new things all day long. It needs a break. It needs a quiet refuge from new stimuli just to recharge its cognitive batteries.
Think about it like this. When you listen to a playlist on shuffle, your brain has to spend tiny, exhausting amounts of energy analyzing every single new song that comes on. It has to figure out the new tempo, the new lyrics, the whole new mood. But listen to the exact same song on a continuous loop, and it quickly fades right into the background. Because your brain already knows the track perfectly, it stops processing the new audio. Instead, it uses that predictable rhythm to block out unpredictable external noise.
The absolutely crucial takeaway here is that you're actively creating a protective mental bubble. You aren't just passively listening to music, you are building a shield. By neutralizing the auditory input, your brain achieves that cognitive quiet we talked about, allowing you to finally concentrate on your work, your thoughts, or your creative projects without distraction.
Section 4. The emotional release valve.
Now, this isn't just about focus and productivity. It's deeply tied to how sensitive brains handle true, unexpressed feelings. Think about the sequence of what happens when you're overwhelmed. First, you feel that emotional weight, and your mind naturally needs a safe space to process it. Second, you find a perfectly matching song, one that captures the exact emotion you're feeling in that moment, whether that's deep sadness, intense motivation, or heavy nostalgia. Third, by looping it, you engage in emotional regulation. You sit in that specific emotion safely, using the music as a tool to process the complex feeling over and over. And finally, this repetition resets your nervous system, eventually allowing you to just calm down. A repeated song acts as a natural release valve to reset your emotional state, just like tears or laughter. Just as crying releases built-up physical tension, your brain uses the repetitive, matching frequencies of a looped song to physically calm the nervous system down. It is a profoundly healthy, completely natural biological process.
Section 5. Chasing the dopamine loop.
Okay, this is where the biology gets really fun. Your brain naturally seeks out dopamine. This is the chemical that pushes us to seek rewards and excitement, and it creates that intense anticipation of a feeling. And this brilliantly illustrates what happens next. When you discover a song that perfectly matches your current mood or energy, your brain gets a massive, massive rush of this feel-good chemical. It's a jolt of pure satisfaction that ultimately works to stabilize your mood. And this right here is the secret behind the repetition. Your mind is intentionally holding on to a specific dopamine hit to create a comforting, stabilizing loop. Looping the track isn't an accident. Actually, scratch that. It isn't a mistake at all. Your brain is deliberately maintaining that neurochemical high. It found the exact medicine it needed for that exact moment, and it's self-administering that medicine on a loop to keep your mood stabilized when you need it the most.
Section 6. An advanced psychological tool.
It's time to completely reframe this everyday habit. The next time someone complains that you're playing the exact same song for the 20th time today, I want you to remember these benefits. You aren't ruining the music. No way. You are simply using sound as a highly advanced tool to gain absolute control in a chaotic world, to find deep focus by achieving cognitive quiet, and to safely regulate your incredibly complex mind.
So, I'll leave you with this final, thought-provoking question. What if your weirdest habit is actually your mind's greatest strength? It turns out that urge to hit repeat is really just a reflection of your own subconscious brilliance. Thank you so much for joining me to decode this amazing psychological phenomenon. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.